like the phone, it's crazy how technology has evolved, and I think it's only just going to get like worse and worse and worse. Anything that you can kind of think of, like the TV now is basically the phone, because all of the attention now is on the phone. So commercials, how many commercials have you actually watched and been like, you know, I remember that, or that's vivid, or let me check that out.
Only the Coinbase Super Bowl commercial. That was brilliant. The
Oh,
QR
okay.
code that was just like bouncing. Did you see that?
I don't watch NFL, bro.
Oh, okay. So they rented. It was like $5 million for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And what Coinbase did is they had a QR code, but it went like this, like across the screen, kind of like one of those old DVD
DVDs.
things.
Yeah.
But it was like changing colors,
Okay.
and there was nothing else on the screen. It was just the QR code.
Yeah.
So when you took a photo of the QR code, it opened up download Coinbase for $10 of free crypto right now, and I think they got like 7 million downloads within like the first hour.
That's insane.
It was known as like the most brilliant ad of all last year. But other than that, no, yeah, the commercials I don't pay
That's what
attention
I'm
to.
saying. It's like billboards as well. Like I mean, we've been down in London and there's loads of billboards, but how many people actually like? It's interesting actually because like companies are still paying for them, and most of these companies like Coca-Cola or these big companies, they pay for exposure anyway. So they're not directly caring about return on investment in terms of the way most dropshippers
Right.
care about and profiting on that first sale and trying to make those that transaction. But it's crazy how much money is still being spent on billboards in a traditional sense, when most of the attention, especially with Gen Z people, is still primarily on phone. It's on
Mm-hmm.
Snapchat, it's on TikTok, and all those kind of things. And I think in the next 10 to 20 years, will there still be billboards?
Right.
Will there still be commercials? Or it's crazy to think what the advertising space will be away from social media.
I feel like the billboards will still be there, but it just gets cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. Because like I think Coca-Cola doing that is just pure brand recognition. Like I've always wondered that myself. It's just like you'll see the most odd commercial, like some like Coca-Cola is still taking out full page ads in like magazines, and I think they continue. Well, also it's because I know for a fact they have a certain amount of money they got to spend on the budget each year. So I guess the diversification of like it's like yes, our generation is mainly on our phones, but I think that billboard stuff is probably tailored to like 60 plus, because like my grandma doesn't have an iPhone at all or anything like that. So I think like you're right, in like 20 years when that generation starts to die off and like everyone's absorbed in these phones, like I wonder if in like 100 years, if the metaverse does take off, if this same conversation will be happening and people will be like, you'll see these big companies are still like advertising on Facebook and Instagram when like everyone's in the metaverse. It doesn't make sense. Kind of
Yeah.
like how we're saying, why are they advertising on billboards when everyone's on their phone?
Metaverse.
So I wonder if it develops into that.
Yeah, interesting conversation.